Hi everybody, welcome back to Ahh Magika, episode 19 with me, Sid, and last episode we made this iron farm, and I said I'm going to AFK, and the iron farm is missing a vital ingredient. You might notice there's something missing just there. So anyway, I AFK'd overnight, and I came back in the morning, and zombie was gone. I had damaged him a wee bit, so I thought, well, maybe, just maybe, that was my bad and he got damaged. But I put some blocks around the bottom to protect him so you can't see him from this angle. And, that possibly worked, I don't know. Didn't seem to be a lot of iron, so he didn't seem to be in there for a long time before he died. So one of the nice things about AFKing overnight for a lot of the time is I got a whole load of zombies down here. So I jumped down, caught myself another zombie, named him, popped him in, AFK'd for another night. Came back the following morning, zombie gone. So something has killed my zombie. I don't know what, but something has definitely killed him. I have a new zombie, although I'm not sure whether I renewed him, but it didn't get a huge amount of iron. I mean, I'm not going to complain because this is a nice sizable chunk to be on with, but it's not significant. I was hoping to come back to like half. I mean, I wasn't expecting huge amounts. So this is a fairly jank, simple irony farm. I'll take the poppies as well because the red dye will be useful. So I'm not going to fret about this too much, but I think what I am going to do is there's a big expanse of ocean here, and I'm hoping there's nothing in the middle there. So what I will probably do, either over here or over in this ocean area, is move my stuff like this out of the way, because there's some other bits and pieces I'm going to need. I'm going to need some phantom membranes, for example. And it's obviously going to be a lot easier to get them if I can control the spawning around me of all the mobs. So, yeah, that's the plan anyway. So, semi-success. Now, we've got another semi-success item over here. We do need to do something with that at some point. That's the witch spawner that we spotted right from early doors and early went past. And that will obviously give me all sorts of things: gunpowder bottles, glowstone, redstone, yeah, just stuff, lots of witchy goodness. Now I'm trying to remember, did I have any, have I found any? I haven't found any wither roses yet, which I will find if I get to, I'm going to pop that away just in case I accidentally pop it, because otherwise I'm going to have to kill the zombie and I don't want to have to do that. So yeah, now in the meantime, what I have been doing and occupying myself with is working on this cave, and I want to plan out somewhat what I want to do over here. I may even bring this down a layer, because what I want to do is get a structure out here that kind of wraps around there. We'll wrap up and go that direction and this direction, and the brush is having a good old go at things over here. This guy has been working and doing the job. Now, what I am noticing, I've tidied and mended some boots and stuff since then. I've taken a few fish for cooking and yada yada, and put a few lily pads out there. But what I have noticed is this guy is not catching anything magic, or at least he hasn't yet. I'm not going to say he won't, because he's not running with any advanced fishing rods. I have put a whole load of dirt in, and I have also added this second section, but we do need to get this lit properly, which will probably involve pumpkins and moss and all of those good things. And we're coming on here. I'm deliberately dragging grass down to get this bit done over here. These guys are just producing eggs, not doing a huge amount, but that's fine. So at the moment I'm not desperate for anything that they're producing, and I've pulled grass over here as well. So, you know, we're getting there. This is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. We still need to work on that, make a nice gateway, and all kinds of good and inventive things. And then if we bring that up to here, we'll have the structure. We'll be able to build some structures out of this way. We'll be able to expand this, get rid of these, and that will get rid of those. And I'm thinking that I'm going to do something similar on the other side to go down for the other side of the other element of this build. So that's, you know, this thing down here. And that will come in obviously on these sides. So yeah, we'll kind of get rid of these water elevators over time. They're fine for now, but you know, they're a bit vanilla, you know what I mean, bit old vanilla-y. So that was where we have got to. My storage system is doing well. I have got a lot of things that I need to put away, so we shall put those. Let me just have a look. How am I doing for slots? I'm down to under 2,000 now. I don't know how I'm going to go. Well, plenty of sand, and I've got some gravel, bit of sandstone, some more kymite, and various bits and pieces of ore that I've kind of dug up as I've been going. Now, I have got fairly khaki armour, and what I reasonably need to try and do, I think, to progress is there's a couple of things. I need to continue making these various bits and pieces. So, a construct with at least 3 wood or stone parts. That should be relatively straightforward. Rune spell with complexity 25 or more. We've got an unfired rune plate. Actually, that's probably something we should be able to do. Quite clay and a glyph which is just stone. Okay, let me grab a bit of. Let me get that one going, because we can clear that one off, and it will make it easier, I think, in the long run. To get you onto the crafting bench. It will make it easier in the long run to produce these. And if I've got some dye, have I got a little bit of red? Yep. So we'll do you, and then we're going to combine you with 4 clay. I'm going to have to go and let the cat in because she's scratching at the door, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, so we were making that plate thing. Do you work with a blank? You do not. But you do work with that, so that's fine. And those you cook on there, but that's again fine. And she's just, that cat, that was going to be the death of me. Anyway, that should be that. So how many we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 15. So that means I only need to do 7 of these now. I need to know how to do that. We've got an active set bonus. That's probably something that might be a bit more difficult. We can do the construct, and we can probably have a go at the spell, because I would like to have a bash at that, and I would like to play a bit with some of these and a modifier using a ritual of alteration. So yeah, let's have a look. If I were to make a spell that has a fire damage element and it's a projectile, I think I can manage all of that quite easily. That's probably the hardest bit, and that has a complexity of 20. Now if I were to add the modifier of damage, That actually doesn't alter the... Oh. I can do that and make it do more damage, cost more obviously, and it requires a diamond sword, so we can't do that. Range doesn't help for some reason on a projectile. It has a radius and a speed, and there's no option to delay, and there is a speed, so I can increase the speed, and that just requires, looks to me, to just be sugar. Let's try that, because I can always the question I've got is, if I do this, if I make this a 20 complexity spell, and then I add other stuff to it, then will it change that? Let's give it a try. I don't know whether I'll get the 25 or whether I have to create another one, but I could quite easily create a frost damage spell and work on that one. But okay, I need to get some stuff together. Let me go and sort that out, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I've got all the ingredients. Let's make that spell. It's going to take a moment to write. We'll have a complexity 20, got a mana cost of 30, so relatively inexpensive, does a damage of 5. Now I'm not sure entirely whether that's 5 hearts or 5 health. If it's 5 health, that's 2.5 hearts. If it's 5 hearts, then it's hoofer. There is a spell in the output slot, I'm aware. So we should be able to go down and make this. Because at the moment I don't have any kind of combat, ranged combat. I've got my nice sword that I did pick up from, you know, the nice chest that I found that time. I mean, that was an absolute dream of a find. But I can't rely on that all the time. I wonder whether you can make these with get mending on these. Doesn't look like it. It's a shame. Won't mind a stick of chalk. I mean, the cheap as anything, but right. And we are going to grab this and then all of those. We're going to blob, and then just utilize the feature that allows me to just click items into place, which I think is brilliant, and I cannot remember who gave me that little snippet of advice, but thank you. Because that changed it a hell of a lot. Well, it actually got that from that shape. Okay, that's fine. That was terrible, but... And this is an actual fireball spell, so let us go with... I'm going to call it Firebolt, because this is actually a fairly small... It can be called Firebolt, because it's a nice, tiny little puff of fire damage. It's like that, not rather than that. Not sure whether there is a better one. Let's just have a look before we commit. No, I think that one will do me fine. Pretty. Yep, that works for me. Right, what we need to do is go and find something to actually shoot. Probably going to be easier said than done, to be honest. Anyway, we have got a nice combat spell, which... nope. probably should come up there like so. We'll keep you in combat mode when we're out, and we can keep you in crafting mode when we're in. You know, nice and simple. But if I wanted to apply a modifier to the spell using a ritual of alteration, then I need... Hang on a second. No, it's alright, I just thought I saw some. I need my book of alteration. And... okay, so we're going to do a radial thing. We are going to range, damage. I can't do damage because I haven't got the diamonds to do it, but I can do speed. And we would need the spell, wouldn't we? So take out the firebolt. Let's see if we can't increase the speed of that. Right, ritual of alteration. Got too many books. Rituals. Ritual of alteration. Seems simple enough. I'm going to guess that there's marks under there. Let's go and have a look at this. So we need our chalk. Going to ritual of alteration. You are going to be... I can pin you out like that, can't I? That's right. Handy. So we're going to have chalk, chalk, chalk. Chalk, 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 chalk. Now I'm going to assume we're going to place you there and you there. First, you need to craft a book of alteration. Use and hold its radial dial to select the modifier you want, then place the required items in the ritual and perform it to add a modifier to the spell. You can have only 3 modifiers. Do I need purified vitium then? Is that maybe what I need? I don't know. Let's go and find out. That's how we normally set them off, so... That's the only one I've got. So if I'm wrong, then I'll be somewhat embarrassed. Okay. Right, so what do you want? You want some redstone, sugar, a yellow, and I think that's a white rune. Redstone, sugar, yellow, and a white rune. Okay, we can handle that. Redstone. A sugar cane, which will make my sugar, and then I need some glyphs. I might as well just make 2 because I need them anyway. I need a dandelion and a bone meal. So get you become, yep, it was a white, that's good, and yellow. Well, I hope it was a white. I mean, it's possible it could have been light grey. Just have a look at glyphs, just make sure. No, grey is that one. Yeah, it was definitely that. And sugar. So we'll go and we'll add that on. I think that will make it a more complicated spell, but as I say, I don't know whether it will count. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to guess I'm going to need to do some mana weaving around it. Or not. Damage, speed is 1. I can up the speed now to a maximum of 3, which means it travels faster. Okay, well, that's fine. I have used the Book of Alteration. Let's go and check my things, and while I'm at it, I'll get rid of... How do I get rid of you? Holding, so pinned... Okay. How do I get rid of the pinned recipe? Hang on. Let's have a look. Well, just like that. Okay, it was that simple. Right, oh, hello. So that is my spell book. That is going to go into there. We've now got, we've used the Ritual of Alteration. We have done things. Add a modifier, yes. Blah, blah, blah. We need to craft a spell with 25 or more complexity, which we didn't get because we didn't actually craft the spell. We altered it, and that was what I was a little concerned about. However, if we were to go, I mean, what does... I mean, that's not got a complexity at all. That's... but if we were to go projectile... Oh, is it... Let's have a look. Let me piddle around with this and just see if I can't come up with a spell that I'd like to build. I'll be back in a second. Okay. Complexity 25 spell. Let's get this thing going. So basically this is another projectile, but it's frost damage rather than fire damage. Because obviously if I want to kill things in the nether, then frost damage is probably going to be more effective than fire damage, seeing as a lot of the nether critters are going to be immune to fire damage. Now I did look at doing an exchange and various other things, but you know, there's limits to what you can make. We've got everything we need in here, so I'm glad I got the fisherman going, the old fishing golem going, because he's been getting me tripwire hooks, which means I've not been able to craft the things, which is always, in my opinion, a huge bonus. But let's and we'll just get this spell done, and we'll go and do something else. Well, maybe we'll see what we end up with. Let me go with that, stick my spell down, get everything out of here, and hopefully we should be able to get this thing done reasonably easy. Snowball, there's another one, there's a rune. That's that. I'm going to pop you down. And very surprised if it's, yeah, it's basically a bit more complex. I had 4 runes involved. But then, that's right. So this can be Ice Bolt, because why not? Ice Bolt, we'll give it a nice little squirt icon. That will do us. Perfect, right. And no, we'll bring all of that down and we'll put my ice bolt in there. That gives me another weapon in my arsenal, and we should have another step in the right direction of 20 complexity, 20 or more. So that's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need to do 5 more of these. Make a charcoal print of a scribed rune. That is something else. But let's take a... In fact, let me just go and put this away. Let's take a little break from magic. Except we'll not take a complete little break from magic. We shall pop you in there. Yeah, I'm not bothered about the night vision charm. I think it works better without. Oh no, that's wrong. We need to go up, not down. So what I would like to do is, first things first, we'll sleep the night off, and then I'm going to take the boat out, and we're going to go and try and find a nice deep ocean, because what I want to do is get down to a mining depth where it's going to be relatively easy to locate diamond. I mean, I'll accept some vintage as well. You know, I'll accept anything, but actually coming out and using terrain generation to our advantage, because we can breathe underwater with the charm, is what was over there? Anything I can... It's gone. Whatever it was, it's gone. Yeah, so definitely going to think about moving these ones. We might as well go out and have a look at that ocean area actually and just see if there's anything nice and handy for getting us down deep. Because the alternative is to dig down, which again is not a problem, but with the cave generation that we have now, you're way more likely to dig into a cave and then have to try and dig around it, which can be a little bit of a pain in the bum. So let's just have a look at where am I? So if I were to go out here, the problem with this bit is it is still quite close to land, so I'd like to be further away from land for this, for want of a better word, industrial district. It's not truly an industrial district, you know, but it's going to be an area where I have a number of projects which are going to be easier to facilitate from at a distance from land with no potential for spawning. Or at least very little potential for spawning. I suppose the other thing I could do is just make sure that there's a nice what's the word I'm looking for here? There's a nice thing. Right, trying to. I mean, that might be. Yes, again, it's a bit close to land though. Let's just have a look, see what we've got in this terrain around here, because that looks to me to be reasonably deep. I don't know what that is out there. There's another spawning pod down there, so I've actually got that turned on at the moment. Right, let's... You go down with your super duper underwater powers, we can actually get pretty deep, which then should hopefully make finding a decent cave somewhat easier. Maybe not, I don't know. This is not... I mean, that is what I want that, but I can't easily mine it with my spell. I also do want... I don't need that particularly now. That's... Now we've got the embryonic iron farm going. What we got? Oh, we don't know. I wonder where that... Oh, it's there. Let's go down and have a look, shall we? See if I can't... I'm not bothered about the disc. I never listen to the music discs anyway, so what we do need is still need... I mean, we're only at Y40 here, which is actually not very deep at all. Considering this is called a deep, cold ocean, it's really not being very deep or cold, is it? So I suppose the obvious thing at this point to do is to go to the bottom of that trench there and then start heading down and drill down into the ground. We've got the means, although there is potentially... Yeah, we can get deeper using the flooded cave systems. This is great until you... hello. That's a mine shaft, but it's an underwater mine shaft, so that's a thing. I do want you, though. This is the only real bind here is getting this. And of course the fact that this is really bloody dark, so I mean I could, I suppose, in fact maybe I should. Yeah, let's swap out charms, shall we? Take out the fire charm, because I'm not going to be playing with that. Put that in. And there we go. That'll be much nicer for you all, won't it? I would like to get this zinc. I do need to start playing with create. I've got some plans that I want to try with mana and artifice and create, because I'm not going to faff around with that right now. What have we got going on down here? There's loads of vitium, and that is something I am actually very short on, so I do think I need to investigate this further, so I will continue just grabbing these and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, well this mine shaft is brilliant because it's flooded, so the only thing I have to worry about down here is drown, and so far this is my third thing. Oh, another charm, base charm. That's a third minecart, which means that, well, if you look, I've already got 2 diamonds and a whole bunch of other stuff, and now I've got more for the backpack and another base charm, which means I've got more options. But the diamonds, absolutely invaluable, because I'm not actually at diamond depth, which of course is somewhat of a pain, but I can live with that. So I'm going to keep working this mine shaft. Obviously I will come back when I find something interesting, but I'm not going to come back at every mine cart or whatever, because that just gets somewhat silly. But I do want to get all of these things. So yeah, I'm going to basically exploit my magical abilities to pilfer this, I think, and hopefully there'll be... I really shouldn't be doing that with that, should I? So I'm probably just wearing down. Don't think there's anything down there, is there? Nope. Yeah, this is, I mean, I could be getting all the prismarine, but I'm not a real fan of prismarine, I'll be honest. So, yeah, this is quite a, oh, hello. quite a fortuitous find, because it's getting a lot of the materials I need. So I'm going to carry on with this, and I shall be back in a bit. Got a couple of drown spawners down here. But again, nothing I don't think we can't handle. Yeah. So, nothing we couldn't handle. Still haven't found any more chests now. I'm just kind of... But I am further down in the depths. I'm at a negative depth now, which is obviously somewhat of an improvement. Still wish I could power up my dig spell to make this a lot easier, but you know, such is life. We'll keep on hunting around, see what we can pull out of this place, and so we're at negatives. We're in the negatives now. We are... Oh, I'm not bothered about that. There. Nothing. Oh, is there anything? This one we've got more down, but not a significant amount of down. So yeah, this is, and we are obviously close to some caves that are not submerged. But still, this is it's slow going, and I'll probably end up getting lost because that's what I do. More stuff from create. Again, I probably would stop and gather all of those, but I don't know whether I'll ever use it, so you know. I am definitely going to have to come up with some kind of dye farm. That's that is definitely going to be a requirement. Score here, but again, nothing really that way. Right, well, I'm going to keep on hunting. See what we can find down here. Again, I'll be back in a... Hello. Well, we've definitely got down to ordinary cave, but yeah, gonna carry on. I'll be back in a bit. Well, I'll say one thing: strip mining is incredibly easy. Let me just take my level back down. With the spells, you can just strip mine to your heart's content. There's no running out of picture ability, or at least there won't be once I've got the ability to up my spell power a little. Oops, hello, that was almost a mistake. There's no running out of torches. I have got a few areas where I probably... The meandering nature of this is because there were a whole load of caves. I should really get that, I suppose. There's definitely people in the area, though. Down there, actually, specifically. But, yeah, so I used the fact that I can breathe underwater to tunnel down, because if you tunnel directly down... Oh, by the way, I got 19 diamonds, plus whatever I found out of the mine shafts, which I've not completed searching, but I think we're going to... Well, we're going to have that before we go, though, because you never know when you'll never know when you want a bit of lapis. But we do need to get up, so I think we're going to try and head in a upwards direction until we can get somewhat out of oh, hello. Don't mind if I do. What we got in this one? Depth Strider boots. I mean, they're leather, but you know. Break that. Oh, and there's another one down there as well. See, this is the mine shaft that just keeps on giving. Another charm base, some Nautilus shells. Yeah, we'll take it all. But yeah, considering I am stacking the odds in my favour. Let's be honest about this. The use of a mine shaft and the ability to breathe underwater is, I mean, you could say somewhat cheaty, perhaps. That would be a phrase that would work. I just wonder, if I go that way, where will that take me? Nowhere in particular. Okay. Still need an up, but I mean, I can dig straight up. That's not a problem. There shouldn't be, hopefully, anything too destructive between us and the surface, but I'll carry on looking for a little bit longer. Now we're in the area. Don't really want to be going down though. Alright, let's swim. That's probably going to be quicker anyway. Again, I'm not that bothered about collecting this, so but I am bothered about collecting that whenever I see it. Okay, nothing much there. Yeah, the downside to having my night vision charm on is I can't have my fire resistance charm on, which means of course that we can't take advantage of that simple fact that we are, well, fire resistant I suppose is the word we're looking for. I should start putting some of this lot away because it's in the way. In fact, I can put that away now. I've shown you what the loot haul was. Yeah, so if I just grab the rest of the stuff in here, and then I think I am going to. What time is it? It's night time. I wonder. I mean, this is cheeky as hell. If I can have a snooze under the sea. That is cheeky, definitely. Oh, hello, cheek. That is definitely cheeky. That takes the cheek to a new level. But yeah, well, we've got some more name tags. I'm going to need those if my zombies keep on getting killed anyway. And well, oh yeah, that's not going to work, is it? No, because I'm going to need to put water in if I'm going to do that, which right, so I need to get up, don't I? Well, that takes me another layer up, so I'm going to keep hunting for the exit, and I'll be back in a little while. And finally we reach freedom. Now I've got no idea where I am relative. Is that my boat? No, that can't. That's not my boat. There, that's work. Hang on. Surface. Where did I go down then? I mean, it's not the end of the world, it's only a boat. But, hey, hello. Don't throw that away. Come here, give. I wanted to throw that away. And that's the only log I can see out here. But it doesn't, I don't think that's in the right place. Is it? Oh, it is. I see my boat. It is daytime, so it is persistently raining. But yeah, that's an interesting way of caving. I'll definitely give it that. So let's get ourselves over to the boat, get ourselves home, have a look at the loot, and check how long I've been recording, because I've been going a little bit over long recently. But yeah, where's home? Home is that way. Right, I will see you when we get there. Just for those who are interested, my frost spell working very well. I don't think... Oh, it does actually work underwater. It probably doesn't set them on fire underwater though. I can kill a salmon, which, you know, is probably not what they were really aiming for. What was the range on that? Sorry, I've got a really tickly throat. I've got a reasonable amount of range, but it's not killing a squid. Anyway, yeah, I just was curious as to how effective these spells were, and the answer is quite. So, always happy with that. And we're back. I've got nothing. Hang on. Oh, I've got a really, really tickly throat. And okay, yeah. So let's go put you back to crafting bench, because we don't really need to be in anything else mode. I did kill a thing, and I'm not entirely sure what you use this for, but I believe it's something to do with mana. It's something to do with affinities to critters, to the different factions in things. So if I take that off and swap you out for that, we can put you away. First things first, let me get rid of all of that. So in terms of just raw bulk materials, we did come back with a goodly amount of cobble deep slate. If I can get it out. But, yeah, should be careful what I say, shouldn't I, really? And that is maxed out, so I do need to come up with an emerald upgrade for that. Didn't I put some in a chest somewhere up here? I mean, they should be visible if they're in here, which they're not. So, okay, that's fine, not a problem. So if I want to do a upgrade, and I want you to no. Does not seem to be linking to the JEI. So that's fine. What we want is one of those. I need a drawer and sticks. And I don't have a drawer. Okay. We'll worry about that later. That can, for now, that lot can just go back into that satchel there, backpack. What we came out with in terms of other stuff though, well, we've got 2 more of those. Those are going to be invaluable. I think I should have a charm base in there. I should probably keep the charms somewhere safe, just because they are incredibly valuable. We did come out of this with 23 diamonds, so that's good. We got a whole load of redstone, a little bit of copper, some zinc, some stuff. We got nautilus shells, gold, redstone, lapis, more gold, Vintium ore, a thing. We've got quite a lot of clay from in there, a few rails, quite a lot of those as well, so that's all good. Drawback to keeping those in my storage system, of course, is that each one uses up a slot. But that's not the end of the world. We'll just keep on pulling this lot out. So, you know, a good haul. Certainly nothing to be sniffed at. strange phrase, that, isn't it? Nothing to be sniffed at. I suppose it kind of indicates it's nothing to express disdain to, but yeah. Anyway, that was our haul. So, let me check how long I've been recording, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, yeah, we are about time. So, next episode I want to get into Create a little bit, because I want to try something. I've got a plan. I don't know whether it will work, so I'm not going to go into detail, but this guy who's probably filled his chest again, as he know, he's actually pretty good. But these are going to come in really handy, because we are going to need to do the rituals of the moats to A, progress, and B, tick another box on it. So I definitely want to get into Create a little bit, and I also want to try and get into working on this space here. Now I've got plenty of cobbled deep slate, so that can be a feature of the build. I don't want to go too dark though, because I do feel that deep slate is overused, as was blackstone when they were first introduced, and I get it entirely. It's a new block and everybody gets all excited about a new block, but you know, there's, I think that's fine. Okay, yeah. So if I was to come out of here and carry on to 4, 5, then I can start with the down, can't I? Yeah, that's fine. But I do want to continue expanding this thing. I want to get rid of these water elevators big time, and I do need to move my iron farm at some point, because that's not going to work where it is. So I'm going to need to cook quite a bit of stuff, and I think for that I'm going to need quite a bit of coal, perhaps. And how I put coal into a storage drawer? I mean, it would seem to lend itself to a compacting drawer, but maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, so I am going to have to cook myself a whole load of stone for the build, so that's a thing, which is where I want to start try and create out with these. I want to see if it's possible. Let's just take I don't have a hopper, okay. Let's make a hopper then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and some chesticles. And I also need to make the cutting thing, stone cutter spell, so I don't have to, you know, always use this one. So the question I have here is, if I go and put you away, that will cook stuff put into it, and it will take the cobble. Now it's slower, so that goes, you know, and it's only taking, oh dear. Okay, so we do need, I think, something better than a hopper. Because that will only take 16 at a time, so I need something that can put them in a 16 at a time, which Creator's got, and I also need something that can take out the cooked products, which Creator's got. So I am going to have to get into Create, because we're going to need to make quite a few Create things. So yeah, but on that note, I think we'll call this one an episode. I enjoyed the little thing. We've got some combat spells now. They're not necessarily the most or inspiring, but they've got their little bit of thing going on there. That's all good. So yeah, and we'll be able to use those rapidly to our advantage when we get on. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, and bye for now.